Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today it's the 8th of February 2026 already. What a day, what a day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the weekly close, episode number 81. I think I'm live, I'm checking in right now. Guys, welcome. What's happening? For anyone wondering, no, Epstein isn't Satoshi Nakamoto. No, it's not. So, let's talk about the markets, guys. Let's talk about the news. We got a lot of good news, actually. At least, in my opinion, it's great news. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about also something coming up on Wednesday. And, guys, it's going to be extremely big, if you ask me. So, yeah, we're live. Okay. Good. We are Flying Bee, Numlock, Mr. X, good evening, Crow Fam, Mantic, Cuckoo, Teddy, I see Pete, I see Solid Snake, Cliff Power as well. Good to see you, sir. Fitting Crypto is mentioning, hey, I got a free membership. You gotta thank Mr. Norman or Mr. Cliff because both were absolute legends. They in total gifted 100 memberships. Like, crazy. We're live. Smash the like button. Yes, please. Yes, please. Guys, strap in. Hit the like. Let's begin with the latest news quickly. Not the latest news. Well, something you need to be aware of at least. Important takeaway here is that we have the live interview with Ryan, CEO of Cronos, and also with Zane Backus, the CPO of Cronos, upcoming Wednesday. 7 p.m. UTC, 11 a.m. PT, so Pacific time, and about 8 o'clock Amsterdam time. It's very close to this time, like it's 1 hour before this hour on Wednesday. That will be or weekly live stream or Wednesday live stream, or typically we do a live stream every Thursday and Sunday. Instead of Thursday, we'll do this live stream on the Wednesday. So the first public appearance of Ryan happening on this channel, so strap in. And also, of course, the first public appearance of Zane Backus. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about tokenomics. And guys, I put the burn thing here for a reason. So tokenomics, very spicy. Cronos app, very spicy. Ecosystem updates, very spicy. And also your questions. Only one thing, I am not going to answer questions that are not fitting in this specific setting. So it's important to remember, guys, that officially Cronos and Crypto.com are two separate entities. And of course, the two are very much intertangled. But Ryan and Zane, they can't answer questions about the Visa card, for example. So if you have a great question about, for example, these Visa cards here, that's great, but I can't ask those during the live stream. So ask things related to Cronos, ask things related to the Crow token. That's all fine. We can try to ask those during the live stream. But of course, I do expect a lot of people to tune in. So it's happening on Wednesday. I can't answer everything. All I can say that it's going to be very spicy. I talked about you in my space with my Italian community. I hope the Italian community is tuning in as well, because I think this is truly the biggest thing so far of 2025. The first time we hear Zane and Ryan talk, like literally talk, which is going to be good. A spicy Wednesday. Yes, Mr. Romeo. Welcome. Carlos as well. What do we think the Crow app will be used for? That's a good question. I think the Cronos app will be, in some way and form, be competing with Crypto.com. It is a place where you can do everything finance. Talking lending, borrowing, trading, perpetuals. But the big difference between Crypto.com and the Cronos app is that, a bit like with Base and Coinbase, the Cronos app will be fully decentralized. Liquidity is hosted decentral. Trading is taking place decentral. So in theory, No government, nothing should know what's happening on the Cronos app. Whereas the Crypto.com app, it's completely custodial. So that means they have to do all the things regarding law. They have to do safety precautions. Like it's a complete different behemoth. So I think the clear separation there is decentral versus centralized. And that's what we'll see, I believe, on the Cronos app. And that's also why I think it's okay that we have, you know, you can buy and sell tokens on Crypto.com, and you will also be able to buy and sell tokens on the Cronos app. But this one is going to be decentralized, and that's the big difference. And that's also what we need. We have seen many other projects, I'm talking Hyperliquid, I'm talking also the base app, that have shown that this is actually a revenue model that does work. And the more revenue, the more burns regarding Protokenomics. That's the, I would say, the big thing regarding the Cronos app. Ecosystem update, what can we expect for builders? You know, and other stuff as well. I'm open for a big discussion. I don't want to make it like corporate. I want to have a talk. I want to have a talk like man to man, mano a mano. Well, it's 1v2. I think if I was in a boxing ring, I do believe I would lose against Ryan. But hey, I'm not going in a boxing ring. I previously asked about linking the hard cap for max supply to the DApp wallet where they burn tokens. Basically, if we burn those tokens, the max supply is limited to 80 billion. That's something we can talk about. About dynamically reducing the max supply as we go. What app are you comparing it to? So I think the best example of the Cronos app could be the base app from Coinbase, but also Hyperliquid. Thank you very much, Luca. Ibanzi, happy Sunday, guys. Gian as well, Gian Lorenzo, happy Sunday. Have a great evening, Björn, as well. Hello. Good. So this happening on Wednesday. Don't forget to tune in. If you can't make it, I get it. It's on a Wednesday evening or on a Wednesday day, or, you know, everybody has their own schedule. If you can't make it, it will be recorded. And afterwards, I will try to make a video, probably on the Thursday or maybe on the Friday. I'm not entirely sure about the schedule yet. But probably there will be a video with a summary as well of what we talked about. I'm sure it's probably not going to be an easy thing to dynamically reduce the max supply, but it would help with confidence. True. But we talked about this. Questions, again, ask them in the Discord or, you know, on YouTube, so I can make a list if you really want to know something. Having said that, though, we need to talk about the market. Bitcoin went to almost 72k today. But I think the other big topic, and I saw some videos by the crypto report, but we need to talk about this. And there's going to be a video tomorrow as well. But yeah, this is the big thing, right? Where is it? Here we got it. AI.com bought by Crypto.com founder Chris for $70 million for the biggest ever website naming deal. Wow. So, big thing, guys. Chris, I purchased Crypto.com or AI.com in April. And it's not just a name, guys. We're talking about a complete new platform. And not a platform meant for businesses, but more a platform meant for a General Joe. For you and me. There are always twists and turns when I'm excited for our first launch this Sunday during the Super Bowl. And if you take a look, this is the AI.com logo. And I find the website as well. If you go to AI.com now, you can see there is a countdown here. Do you see this? Coming soon. Coming very soon. AI.com is on a mission to accelerate the arrival of AGI by building a decentralized network of autonomous, self-improving AI agents that perform real-world tasks for the good of humanity. Decentralized network. AI agents. Where did I hear this before? Welcome, guys. This is good to see. This is really good to see. I am very excited, guys, what will be happening with this AI.com platform. So there are two takes in the community. There are two takes in the community. One take, and let's start there, is the bearish take. So you can see, if you go right now to Twitter, Chris is renaming his own profile to chrisai.com. No longer chriscrypto.com. He is going to put a lot of his attention to AI.com instead of crypto.com. It's a bit like Elon Musk. He's no longer only focused on Tesla. He's also... Thank you so much, Robert. 25 RON donation. Thank you so much. What a super. You are a super, Robert. Happy Sunday, sir. I'm curious where you are. What do you think about this AI.com thing, Robert? You can see Chris is going to have to split his attention between both crypto.com as well as AI.com. He created crypto.com in 2016 and now AI.com in April of 2025. And some people think, wait, this is bearish. Why spend $70 million on AI.com? Well, you still have to make Cronos great again. I think, though, it's going to be different. This is going to be another utility, truly, I believe, for the Cronos chain as well. And I'm going to make a complete video about this once I have seen the platform myself, because tonight you have to go to the website. I can show you the video, by the way. Let me show you the video. You don't have to wait for the Super Bowl. I can show you the video that will be showcased tonight. It's going to be this video. And I will remove the sound for a minute. But this is going to be the video that will be showed during the Super Bowl. Basically, it's the logo. I kind of like the logo. It's a bit more like XAI from Elon Musk. More SpaceX-like. AGI. Get your handle now. So the big thing during the Super Bowl, this will be tuning. Like half minute video during Super Bowl. And it will basically prompt you to go to AI.com and reserve your handle. So... I see, for example, Robert. I guess if you can, Robert, you know, go as quickly as possible to AI.com and reserve AI.com/Robert or AI.com/trends. Try to get it as quickly as possible because it's going to be not available forever, I guess. But yeah, that's going to be the video showcased tonight during the Super Bowl. I will be sleeping. I don't care about the Super Bowl that much. Well, I do care, but the last time I was watching the Super Bowl, it was one big disaster. Well, last year, it was not a fun game. It was like, from the start, it was like, yeah, this team is going to win. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to stay up all night. For me, this is like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's really a really odd time. Are you staying awake for the countdown? Nah. Me not. Yeah, you can do that. So the countdown is ending on, or is it? In 5 more hours. I guess this is exactly when we have the Super Bowl ad. This also went pretty viral, the whole tweet itself. This whole AI thing. AI.com. Financial Time. Front page, 500,000 views here on his tweet, on his personal tweet. We can see more than 3 million views. It's a pretty big deal thing here. And I want to bring you a video. I want to bring you an old video. It's all past my bedtime for me too. I want to show you quickly an old video, and you might remember it. It's a video from 2024. A 2024 roadmap, but it's, I would say, more relevant than ever. And let me quickly reduce the videos. I wanna also show the video sound. Give me one sec. It's all about this video here. Ooh, wait. There we go. The title: Cronos Roadmap, an AI agent-powered ecosystem on Cronos.
Today, we are ushering in the future of Cronos. Let us begin. AI agents built on blockchain infrastructure will provide limitless opportunities. Cronos.
Okay, let's go back. AI agents. AI agents built on top of the blockchain infrastructure will provide limitless potential or limitless opportunities. This was back in 2024. The original roadmap. We got Cortex AI, and back during those days, like Chris was really talking already about something that should blow us out of the chair, like something with a crazy potential. And AI agents have always been like this thing on top of our mind. But I'm almost entirely positive that whatever Chris is going to build on AI.com, it will at some point be integrated with the Cronos blockchain.
Cronos will become the primary chain for all AI agents to pay, receive, and move value over the internet.
As he says here.
The new Cronos roadmap enables...
So we've got here the original roadmap. You can see here a few things. Agents have been mentioned. AI is just a dApp builder. You know, a few things have been built. I would say agent-to-agent on-chain communication. That's the big thing. Was never delivered, but I think it will be delivered with AI.com. AI voice on this AI video.
AI agent revolution. It will deliver easy-to-use AI tooling, as well as breakthrough protocol infrastructure improvements. This will lead to a powerful flywheel effect that will transform the Cronos ecosystem. More developers will lead to more apps created.
You can't see it here, but basically it's mentioning more dApps created. And also with the more dApps, would you see more use? Also for these AI agents and more dApps potentially also means more burns.
More mind share and more users. With the new tokenomics roadmap, AI agents will create unprecedented demand for blockchain networks. This will be combined with sustainable supply management measures. Cronos has a strong foundation and a robust
this is all, I don't really care about this.
AI.
But this is maybe bigger. So
economy.
They're talking about a few things AI can do.
Orchestrate the creator economy. Become the first meme coin lord for AI agents. Access and act on data sources. Automate large-scale event management. What will you create with AI agents on Cronos?
This was the vision all the way back more than a year ago, November 6, 2024. Yes, some plans have changed, but I do believe that the overall vision is still there because AI agents have become stronger as well during the last 1.5 years. I'm talking about Moldbook, I'm talking about Cloudbot as well. It's performing really well these days, and I do believe there is definitely potential for something with this whole AI agent stuff, and also the AGI. If I am correct, like AI is artificial intelligence, but I believe the G stands for, well, not generic. Basically that they can also become like sentient beings. So they can also think for themselves, or not all think. They can be more and more like humans actually behave. We can learn from our mistakes. And the minute you can start learning from your own mistakes, those AI agents will perform or become even better every day. Every day. And at some point they will, like, knowledge-wise and also practical-wise, they will outperform humans, at least on the internet. Is it general? Is general intelligence okay? So, for anyone wondering, currently, guys, to be very honest, what an AI is basically it predicts words. It has read 10,000 of books, if you use a chat at least. Like I'm talking about the LLMs, the large language models. Basically, it's trying to predict what word fits best for a certain context. So, if you're asking about the Egyptian pyramids, it will try to take a look at other books that talk about the Egyptian pyramids, and it will say, hey, you asked about the age of Cleopatra, and it will try, hey, I've read this and this in this book, probably I need to answer this and this and this to come to the right solution. And in general, that's how it kind of works. But the general part, it's definitely a different behemoth. Let me quickly tune up the music again. Apology. But yeah, that's I'm pretty bullish about that stuff. Not gonna lie. Let's talk about the price as well. But that's, guys, what I'm kind of hoping for. I'm bullish. I think in general that we need something to push the Cronos token. And besides what we're going to do with Ryan, I think this is a way how we can get additional demand for the CRO token, also for Cronos, and also for Crypto.com. I'm going to make a video. So if you take a look at the actual documents related to the purchase of AI.com and also the business AI.com, because it's somewhat separate to Crypto.com, but also not separate. Like I would say it's a different entity, but also it's very much connected to Crypto.com. But it's mentioning finance everywhere. Like it might be separate from Crypto.com, but truly no, it's not. It's not separate. Ooh, I played Cronos Army now for over a month and finally in profit from rewards I'm getting. Have you tried the game out? I love what Ben is doing. Will, thank you so much. Let's hope AI helps Cronos somehow and we're not forgotten. I believe truly, Will, that we're not forgotten. But time can tell. Only time will tell. So while I'm bullish, I'm not yet, expecting too much. I am really waiting for how this program will work. As you guys see, we have this countdown, about 4 more hours or 5 more hours. I need to see this AI agent in action before I get bullish. It needs to be good. Like the domain is good, the marketing is good, Super Bowl time is good. All those things are very good. But if the product is shit, I'm not going to be happy. And yes, there will always be a first version, but first impressions count. They do really count. Mr. Cap, welcome. Mr. CA, what happened to the price? Let's talk about the price, guys, quickly. It's a good topic today, actually. So, first and foremost, it's a Friday. So that means it's the end of a week. So, what we're going to do is go to take a look at the weekly chart. And ouch. It's a rough candle. But also not that rough. It could have been worse, if you ask me. Yes, if I'm honest, it's the worst weekly candle close since... okay, maybe you can say... Yeah, it will probably close just above this, above the high here of 2024 in March. But I kind of believe we're basically bouncing here. This is a pretty decent weekly candle, if you ask me. Even though we are creating a lower low on the weekly, but we already did that last week as well. We created the lowest weekly candle since 2024, which was pretty bearish, I'm not gonna lie. But what happened this week, I would say, we had a crazy pump after with 60k, and we still are within these boundaries. And we talked about this a while back also, I think it was Wednesday. What I was looking for Ethereum is that Ethereum... this is the wrong chart. For Ethereum, I've been watching basically this growth line. And yes, it seems like Ethereum is bouncing back perfectly. This growth line, it started in 2020. Just after COVID. We only went up, and there was one exception to the rule. That was the April tariff dump last year. But other than that, it's perfect. We're back in action here, right on the trend line. So honestly, for Ethereum, it's going to look like a beautiful weekly close. So is the pain all over? Has CRO seen the lows now? I don't know. Let me quickly talk about why I don't know yet. I think there is a decent chance though, but what I want to be careful with is that we are seeing now all kind of bottoming indicators. Let me show you one of my favorite bottoming indicators. the fear and greed index. We are now at extreme fear. Like everyone is talking about a bear market. When everyone is fearful, typically you should be buying. This is the best time to buy. Like it's almost never this low. If I show you this chart here, you can see, right, it's how often are we this low? The last time we were this low, that was the bear bottom of 2022. Oh, that was painful. Before that, bear bottom of 2019. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't get me wrong. We might not be out of the woods yet, but we are at like historical low levels regarding fear and greed. And besides that, we talked about this as well. We got the RSI. Like the weekly chart here, it's so overboard. It's like again, also bear market bottom low. It is basically as low as the bear market bottom again of 2018, 2019 here. And also here. The only thing that I have to mention is that, yes, so the RSI can dip like super, super low, and we did that. This is enough for the RSI. The only thing that I have to mention here is that when the RSI was like super overbought, or super oversold, it all the way to 25 on the weekly, that was the 27th of June, 2022. But if you take a look at the actual bottom, that took place a bit later. So this was why the RSI went so low. It was this big capitulation here. Big capitulation, minus 60%. Then we went down a bit lower. Just a little bit. Like, we're talking about 12%. And I think that's possible. I think there is a world where after this, we probably go up a bit more. Like a bit like this. And then we have one final capitulation. Back down again, like 10% lower. Maybe like 50k, maybe 50k, maybe. But overall, are you truly going to wait for potential fall lower? Because that's scenario one. The other scenario is something completely different. I talked about this, I think, on a space, or maybe it was a live stream. So what we have here, how low did this go? From the high to the low, minus 56%. What was this? High to the low, minus 53%. What if this is a V-shaped recovery? What if, right? What if we have a few weeks of teetering-tottering over here at 70, and then out of nowhere we go back to 90, and after testing 90 we go back? You know, this could be the perfect head and shoulder, like reverse. And we talked about this because it happens quite often. Let me show you NVIDIA once more. I can show you the Google. I can show you NVIDIA. I can show you Google. I can also show you gold. It's not really in head and shoulder here, but you can see, right, is that we set a low, we create a lower low, and then we create a new all-time high. What also makes me quite bullish overall on the market is the way how altcoins reacted. We talked about this, like altcoins, they had a complete meltdown, it felt like. That was on the way here. But Bitcoin dominance, it fell. It fell a lot during the weakness of Bitcoin. You can also see that here, right? So yes, Bitcoin was falling, but Cronos wasn't falling as much as Bitcoin. So that's also why, so far, Cronos and Bitcoin have a quite decent gain for Bitcoin. The only scary thing is that, you know, it's maybe you can make the argument we're now doing a bit like this. I don't really like this graph here, but you know, some people might want to make that argument. I think we can potentially go higher, and I think somebody asked about a crazy alt season. Like, it's possible. I see here. I see a double top here. So is it possible that, you know, we go down soon? Not a percent. Bit like this here, that we go back to 57. And after touching 57, we even go lower. Potentially. I think the timeline is really hard now. I don't want to speculate too much based on the timeline. But it's possible. And even though, so maybe there is not going to be a crazy alt season. That's possible. Maybe it's only going to be CRO because of AI.com, because of the new utility, because of the new Cronos app. I love this tweet actually by Pampa. And let me show it to you. Let's go here. I think it was this tweet. This one. I like this one. So, what we have now, powered by crypto.com, we got the prediction markets. You might have heard about OG.com, but it started with Fanatics. Then we got also DraftKings, powered by crypto.com. Then we got the OG prediction market. Then we got AI.com, and then also we got the Cronos app coming. So there are many things launching, but I think that, you know, it's all going to be quite strong. It's going to be quite a good, you know, we got OG.com, we got crypto.com, we got AI.com, we got Cronos. Do we have Cronos.com as well? So also, we were talking a lot about March, right? Did somebody mention today? So we have got this whole argument that basically in the past, Chris mentioned, yeah, mark March 26th on your calendar. Potentially, right, we will see a big rally in March and maybe also in February. Not like it's unheard of. And why do I say that? Well, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. Almost every time that we have hit a certain low, and this low is typically very close near this line, we get a big reaction. So here, we touch this line, about 6.7 cents, and we go up like parabolic. Again, here, we touch this line, and in the end, we went up parabolic. Same here, right? This is actually the break, the bear market break. We break the line and we go parabolic. So if history is going to repeat once more, we have now officially touched this line again. We went to 6.7 cents. Can we again go parabolic? So you can see the last time, well, this is not entirely true here. So we have hit this line a few times before. The first time we touched the line, that was in August of 2024. It took 12 weeks, about 3 months. Also here, we touched the line. I would say here it started. Here we got the parabolic start. That was 19 weeks. So maybe it might take a bit more time, but sometimes, guys, when we are this low, like the uptrend starts, like very quickly. You could also make the argument that it actually started immediately here, right? So from this moment on, there was one dip back, but overall, this is a pretty straight line overall, like parabolic. So maybe you could make the argument that the minute we touch the line, we go parabolic. In a positive way. I like the word too. Yeah, so I don't know. Where we are now, this is, guys, this is like super strong support. Like where we are now, this was basically the weekly low as well. Over here. And the exact low, well, it marked the exact low 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 times as well before. So I'm pretty bullish overall. By the way, I'm just wondering, how many weeks did it take here? From high to low? 14 weeks. Time before that, how many weeks? High to low? 35 weeks. High to low? Well, this time, 26 week. It's a bit in between the other waves. That's fine. Like this is typical. Very, very typical. Strap in, Star Fox. Coin Baron, your selling targets for CRO, are they still the same, or have you changed your mind a little bit? Yes and no. Okay, let me say the following. I've learned my lesson this cycle, and some people that are a member, like you, for example, Solid Snake, you might have seen my video regarding leverage. I think I learned my lesson this cycle, that I'm probably going to be less risky with my leverage position. So I have guys, I have a big position in leverage, like pretty big. It's low leverage, but it's big. I'm talking, I think it's like a 2-3x. If I'm in like a 2x position, I'm probably going to sell the leverage position, because then I have the initial, plus I paid back the loan. So that's like perfect. That's like absolutely freaking perfect. So I don't have to do anything crazy. So I might be tempted this time around to sell my leverage position, so not the whole bag, but the leverage for like a 2x. So then I'm talking about yeah, probably around here, about 25 cents, something like that. That's just a leverage position, because I wanna get rid of my leverage. That's the only thing. Other than that, though, I'm still looking at, you know, $1, $1.20. That's the rainbow chart, right? That's still the rainbow chart, yes. Maybe it's going to be, yeah, I think it's actually not too bad. So I think if you take a look at the rainbow chart, if I would sell my leverage at about, yeah, 25 cents, that's pretty close to this band here, I would be pretty happy. But other than that, you know, I'm not going to sell below $1. That's makes no sense to me. It might, by the way, be stupid to sell my leverage, but I sometimes have sleepless nights because of the leverage, and the idea of getting liquidated. That's is not mentally good. It's not mentally good. So I'm not really afraid, guys. Again, I have a big position in leverage, so it is what it is. But if I could get rid of it, I would be happy. I'm not going to risk it too much longer. That's, I think, a lesson I learned. But yeah, it's of course everyone has to do their own thing. What's up, Ultra Justin? Guys, one more thing. We mentioned it earlier, but Wednesday, for anyone just tuning in, we do have the interview. Interviews happening with Fwiz, Ryan Wyatt, so this beautiful man over here, and also Zane Bacchus, the CPO of Cronos. So first public appearance happening here live on this channel, February 11th, 7 o'clock UTC. If you can't watch it, it will be a VOD as well on the channel, so don't be afraid. You're not missing out, and if you can't watch the VOD as well, there will probably be like a summary coming in later that week as well. So I honestly can't wait. A lot of good topics: CRO tokenomics, CRO burns, Cronos app, you know, ecosystem updates. Very, very bullish. Very bullish. Hey, what's up, Norman? Thank you very much again. Guys, say hello to Norman, please. What a legend here in the chat. He basically made everyone in here a member. Can you look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart for a minute? Sure, we can do that. We can do that, sir. Special for you. I need to find it though. What's up, Nomluck, by the way? What's up? So the Bitcoin rainbow chart, that's been a long time ago. I think it's once we hit 60, I think it became like below the rainbow chart as well. Let me check. Blockchain Center, that's the one. Oh wow, that's crazy. I haven't looked at this one in a long time. So let's watch full screen. It's so low here. You can see it's now in the Bitcoin is dead range. But it has also been here in the bear market bottom days. If it's going to retest again the bear market bottom zone here, it might go a little bit lower, but not much. Like, we're talking about a potential 50k, but it's already so low. This is crazy though, if you take a look here. So we had a touch of the red in 2018. Then the cycle after that, we went down 3 bands. 1, 2, 3. And now from orange, also so far about 3 bands. 1, 2, 3. It's also pretty crazy. Basically, we got the same level, according to the rainbow chart, as in... well, it's also the case. After Trump won the election, that was also very close to your top at about... I think at 106. I think that was the first all-time high, at about 106. Crazy rainbow chart. There are, by the way, 2 rainbow charts. This one is a bit different. We're getting closer and closer to the 5th halving already. Wow. What's happening on Friday? Happy Friday. Happy Sunday here from Amsterdam. What do you think the AI platform will do for the CRO token itself? A few things. I think the most important one is use of the chain. Where is it? This one. So it will give limitless opportunities really to the Cronos chain, but also it could help with burns. It could help with fees. They have to pay fees, of course. They mention here, it's hard to read, but cloud and compute cost. That might be paid in CRO. It's all a bit of speculation. That's also why I'm a bit cautious as always. I want to wait and see what's live from day one. But as I also know, guys, nothing is perfect from day one. In this day and age, you want to go live. You want to go live and improve on the go. You cannot sit on software for multiple months without releasing something. So they will go live. Maybe it will not be the all-in-one finance agent from day one, but it might be from day 3, 4, 5. I don't know when exactly, but I'm curious about the first quality really of the AI agent. But I do believe they want to push. Chris has the money. Chris has the connections. You can see the connections. Well, he has the connections, right? Chris has the connections to make this thing quite big. I'm not saying Chris will become the next Elon Musk, but, maybe his little brother. He might become one of the most richest man of Poland, actually. Okay, welcome, guys. I hear a lot of selling gold to buy crypto. I mean, all-time high of gold. Let me take a look at the gold chart, because what I've seen is actually that the gold chart has recovered quite well. Let me check. Gold. Yeah, so gold, it's this is going to be quite interesting tomorrow. What you see with the gold chart here is that for the last few days, it has been basically topping out here. So there are multiple outcomes now. Or we're gonna flip like this. And this was the dead cat bounce. Or we're gonna make another attempt of going higher. And I cannot rule out the last one. I still think if it like this was too quick. This was too quick here. But we are still on this overall trajectory here. That's also, I think, why the gold people, they say, well, it's a little correction. Not the end, it's a correction. But this was just too quick. This was all speculation. And they killed the speculation. Now they're talking about, you know, can we hold this line and grow further? Bit like here, right? So here also, it went a bit too quick near the end. It was too overboard here. So it had to go down first. But still, I would say there is a decent chance this is it. If it tumbles down, well, it's going to be very clear. It's a change, right? Because I would say the selling off of gold means one thing. We go from risk off to risk on. Risk on meaning we can do more stuff, more risky stuff. And I'm saying it also because if you take a look at the SPX, so the stock market is typically an indicator of more risk, but not really. Not really, because the thing about the S&P is it's basically run by the 7 biggest companies on the list. The minute that the small companies on the S&P start performing like crazy, then we can talk about a different subject, because then it's completely risk on again. But as long as it's only Nvidia, Microsoft, as long as it's only the big boys, it's still pretty risk off. Even though, of course, Nvidia, yeah, they are probably a bit overpriced, or maybe not, because they actually are selling all the hardware. That's what I'm curious about for Chris. What is Chris doing? Are they buying GPUs? Is Chris buying my RAM? Is Chris buying my RAM, ladies and gentlemen? That's the question. It changed last week? What changed last week? I would say overall, like the weekend has been pretty tame for Bitcoin. This is a decent weekend, you know, trading. Like, not much happened. Very small candles. This is how it's supposed to be. Last weekend, it was ridiculous. Do you know this? This all happened. Oh, not this. No, wait. This happened on a Saturday. And then on a Sunday. And then on a Monday. So we don't typically see such a big move on a Saturday. Minus 9%. One thing that can be called good news is that at least the Super Bowl doesn't represent the peak. maybe an AI peak. Maybe this was the peak for like buying a domain for $70 million. By the way, very interesting. The where is it? Not this one. I've read somewhere that this $70 million deal, it was all paid in crypto. I'm always curious what crypto. By the way, they paid in April of 2025. In March, it will be a season. It will be only for a few ones, and it will be CRO. And CRO will be included in an altcoin season. Too many good things, you know, are happening now, and powerful people there as well. I think that's possible. As always, we see certain tokens have a run. Like, we didn't have like you can objectively take a look here at the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I think we can make the argument that there was no altcoin season yet. But still, even though we didn't have an altcoin season, XRP. Oh, guys, XRP. What a crazy story, right? What a crazy story for XRP here. it went from 40 cents to $3.50, 60, and now we're back to 150. Same also for Solana. Solana USD. Below 100 bucks here. Also interesting to see is that basically, like with Ethereum, Solana didn't create a true all-time high. Yes, it did, a little higher, but not really significant all-time high for Solana. I would say one of the biggest altcoin runs was BNB this year. This was truly quite parabolic. It went from $200 to $1,400, but still, it's not a 10x. Basically, nothing big did a 10x this cycle. Solana did. Solana did a 10x. Solana went to $7, if I recall correctly. Yeah, okay. Solana was cheap. Solana did 4,000%. Okay, I respect the people that bought Solana. You know the reason why Solana was so low? It was also because it was part of the bag of Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF, of the FTX exchange. And FTX had a big bag, so they were afraid for sells of the FTX exchange because they were illiquid. David, welcome. Good to see you, sir. The Bitcoin chart, the rainbow chart, it looks quite unusual. It is quite unusual. It's so close to Bitcoin as that period. Peter, goedenavond. Good evening, sir. Looks like Bitcoin didn't really get a top. Let me check again. Well, there was a top, but it looks very... this chart, it's logarithmic. And because it's logarithmic, like the difference between 120 and 106, it's super small. Has Chris mentioned or hinted anything about CRO and AI being connected somehow? Not yet. But we have this still. AI agents were built on top of blockchain infrastructure will provide limitless opportunities. This is what we have. And I do believe, yeah, we have to look back at the old AMAs, the 2024 AMAs. But yeah, this was of course a thing back then. I'm so excited about AI.com. I think it is a crazy opportunity and they're pushing it. So I believe if you are pushing it this big, guys, Super Bowl ad. In 4 hours, we have the Super Bowl. And during the mid-time show, if you have a 30-second advertisement, 30 seconds, half a minute, it is not costing you 1 million. It's not costing you 2 million. It's not 3 million. It's not 4. It's $7 million. $7 million, guys. Jeez. I kind of like the Viper as well. It's very futuristic. By the way, sorry guys, I went to the Korean barbecue today and I am stuffed like a fat pig now. So I'm getting to this phase, and I think we all feel this. When you ate too much and you feel like you have to do a nap. I feel like a toddler now. But well, I'm still here, guys. We're still live, of course. We are live. What a day! I'm actually, if you take a look at the Fear and Greed Index, where we talked about a bit earlier, it's showing extreme fear, but I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not feeling the same kind of extreme fear. Like the thing about this here, about Bitcoin and also Solana. Let me show you the Bitcoin chart. There is like no stopping to it sometimes. Like you don't know how low it can go because this rock keeps falling until it doesn't. And I don't know if this is it. Of course, I don't. Nobody knows. But the way how we reacted, the way how we went from 73 all the way to 60, and now basically back here, about 60, 60, 71. That's quite a decent reaction. It's called a food coma. Maybe it is. And I have not really a big experience with Korean barbecue, but I was pleasantly surprised. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Good reminder. Thank you very much. It's still in the hodl phase. Yeah, true. So if you take a look, guys, at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, you know, it didn't really go to its full potential. All it went to was the hodl phase. That's also why no tool is perfect. Like, so this is I'm going to say this. I still think this is not truly a bear market. Not yet. I think maybe it's a mini bear market, but if it's a mini bear market, it's probably more like this here. The mini bear market of 2021. Like the mini bear market, it lasted from April till July, about 100 days. I think this one lasted a bit longer, but 120 days, maybe this was the mini bear market. But if you take a look at the actual damage, this mini bear market, it was a bit shorter, but the damage was bigger. This is so far, in absolute numbers, right? This is the biggest fall ever. Bitcoin literally went down 67k. Back in 2021, the whole market cap was about 67k. So in absolute numbers, this was the worst downturn ever. Never, ever, ever that we have anything this bad. But this was pretty good. CRO gonna close the week at about 8 cents. Also not too bad, guys. We talked about this, right? So this happens so often. We close the week basically at this bottom, this bottom, this bottom, this bottom, this bottom, and also this bottom. So this is a space where we often have a bottom. Also here, bottom, bottom, bottom. 8 cents is a crazy good weekly close. It fits the narrative of where we typically see the bottom of a wave. And we've had 4 waves so far. 1, 2, 3. But as you guys know, if we take a look at the different chart, there are more than 3 waves. Oh, let me remove this quickly. Don't know what this is. Don't know when I draw this, but there are more than 3 waves, guys. There are typically 4 waves. And if you take a look at, we have also the wave theory of, I lost the name. Elliott wave. There we've got 5 waves, but that's a different kind of wave theory. Yeah, here we've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Wave 4 is a parabolic one. You pay attention to wave 4. This was wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Unless World War III happens, we'll never see 26k again. Maybe if quantum computing is truly you know, an actual thing, but quantum computing, guys, is not an actual thing yet. Peter though is asking about, you know, or mentioning, if anything, 26k would be a great bottom this bear market. I think the 26k target, I keep hearing it quite a bit. It's because people say, well, a typical bear market goes down about minus 80%. You can see 69, minus 78%. So if you would do the same math, 126 minus 80%, That's 26k. However, please remind yourself, guys, of diminishing returns and diminishing losses. The first cycle, and I don't even have the first cycle here, but Bitcoin went down about 95%. The second cycle, 93, 92. This cycle here, 2017, it was minus 83. Let's say minus 84. So 84, 78, 50? That's a big jump, right? That's a really big jump, but you also have to take a look at the gains. Like this, from low to high, 2,000%. 2,000%. Here, from low to high, 600%. So if you ask me why 26k is not really that likely, it's because you cannot expect the same downturn if the way up also isn't that much. So if you take a look at the actual, gains, like this went up. What did we say? Oh, well, wait. 2,000%. And you can't even do the math there. 700%. This is basically less than half the gain. So maybe therefore we can make the argument that we're not, not like we did half the drop. But hey. Normally, Bitcoin goes up about 80%, but also back to the all-time high of the previous cycle. Well, we did that, right? We went below 69k, so... Oh, we also... I think this might be a good one. We got the... We got the daily averages. Or the weekly averages, the 4-year average. Some people are pointing towards this. That our day to destiny is this blue line here. And that's because in the past, I'm talking about here. So unfortunately, it doesn't show the data, but trust me guys, this blue line, if you have all the data, basically this bottom here and also this bottom here, it's correspondent to the 200 week. And we have bottomed quite often on the 200 week. So you can make the arguments here we went below the 200 week. But typically we kind of top or bottom at the 200 week. No way. Did they say that's worth it? So Swerford is saying, did you see the reaction from Cronos Chain, the official X account, and the question of Dream CQC? Okay, let me bring it up. Timo, welcome, sir. You are strapped in. Oh, let's go. That's all we need. So one thing, Timo, if you strap in, did you also hit the like button? Got you there, right? I got you there. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. So we got Swerford. Or is the Cronos team? So I've been talking with Ryan quite often the last few weeks. Like Ryan is listening to feedback. Ryan is talking about Cronos Chain tokens. Ryan is talking about using this Cronos Chain account more. Like we're going viral again. Like Ryan is building. Like I'm not shitting you guys. I am honestly like, we can talk about AI.com, but Ryan, man, geez, let the team cook. They're building it. They're committing. It's not this one. Yeah, so here we can see all powered by crypto.com. Well, Cronos app next. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. Being everywhere at once. Ooh, I like this one as well. Will AI.com and CRO be intertwined? Reaction here by Cronos Chain is, Oh, this is the one. I love it. What about $2.12? No way. There's a chart with all of Bitcoin history starting in 2009. Yeah, this was a good find. Yeah. Any question for the interview, guys, visit the Discord. Link is there. Link is also in the description. Yeah. Talking about the interview. So anyone wondering, what's this interview? Check my Twitter account as well. Link will go live on YouTube, probably on Wednesday somewhere. But Wednesday, 7 o'clock, the 11th of February, interview, first public appearance ever, exclusive on this freaking channel. So last time, yes, we did an interview, but that was not my interview. That was a shared interview. This time, it will be me, Ryan, and Zane, and you guys. So I'm very happy that we have this opportunity, and I'm grateful that, you guys have supported me, because without you guys, I wouldn't be possible to do these crazy interviews. And yeah, I'm grateful. Oh man, not only guys Korean barbecue, also Korean beers. No sake though. I probably missed a few. Messy crypto, prediction markets like Polymarket give a high odds for Bitcoin to hit about 70k or 75 by the month's end, with some consolidation expected after recent dips below 70k. I think that's quite a reasonable outcome. I think that's really a recent and like a decent outcome. Guys, I'm getting tired. I'm so sorry. I'm looking forward to this interview. But let's talk about, all the good stuff again on Wednesday. Then on Sunday, same time, same place, 9 o'clock Amsterdam time. On this channel live, we're going to talk about this interview. We're going to talk about all the cool stuff. And then, yeah. Let's hope it's going to be bullish. Let's hope, guys, that this whole AI.com thing in about 4 more hours will be a big, big, big release for Cronos and also for Crypto.com. Have a fabulous week. Hit the like button, and let's hope Ryan is going to run Cronos like a real business. Not a hobby project, guys. We are going to make Cronos great again. See you Wednesday. Bye-bye.